What's going on, guys? John here. We're back with another episode of the Alaska State Dynasty. And in this episode, we are taking on Hawaii. It is a huge rivalry game, especially coming off of back-to-back losses, our second and third losses of the year. We're hopping straight into the game. I want to destroy them. We had a great game with Jackie Wolf and the offense last week, besides a couple stupid plays where we got turned over on fourth down and then the pick six. But we fought and we fought, and it came down to the game just deciding let's just have his field goal get blocked for no reason. So if that's the reason we lost, I'm not going to be as angry as if, I threw four picks like we did against New Mexico. Actually, it's not back-to-back losses. I forgot. We did win a game in between them. But we are 4-2. We've lost two conference games now. That's 4-2's conference record. And now it's time to blow the brakes off of Hawaii. All right, so last year was the closest we've had a rivalry game, or was our closest rivalry game until we ended up beating Boise State later on in the year. So now let's just actually beat them. We lost by 7 last time. I think we can beat them. As we hand it off Aiden Knoll, he probably is going to get about one rush a game and then immediately go out for the rest of the game. So that was his one touch, and we're probably not going to see him again. It sucks, but that's basically what's going to happen. I mean, he's so injured. As there's Bryson Jones. Last time Bryson Jones was on this field, he had an absolutely amazing game. If you remember, that's where we played our bowl game, and he broke literally every record in the record book. As nowhere to throw, going to throw it away. Yeah, Bryson Jones had an egregious amount of yards, was doing everything. It was very impressive, as right now the crowd's so loud our players can't hear our plays. So we're just going to have to toss it to the outside to Jarian Parker. Sets up a third and 2. We're going to go right up the middle with Jarian. He'll get the first. I think we're going to see a lot more of Harvey Brightwell as time goes on, as that might be roughing the passer. They hit very late. Nope, it's going to be a hold. Never mind. That's the right tackle, I think, as we can't see the ref, who got hurt last game, and then the backup Tobias Phoenix came in, and then he also got hurt. So basically what I'm saying is our entire team is getting hurt over and over again. As Emmanuel Ferris is in. We're just going to fire. We're going to hit Khalil Lewis. He's going to gain about 8, and that leads us to a 3rd and 13. I want to complete this because, like I said, I want to blow the brakes off of Hawaii, and we are going to complete it. We've got Khalil Lewis up the seam, and there's my GOAT, Khalil Lewis. He's had a very good season for being the third option on this team. I mean, for a third option to have this many yards and touches is just amazing. I think we've been doing a great job getting the ball to everybody. Everybody's got to eat. That's the Chiefs' motto. I'm a Chiefs fan, obviously, depressing this season. But we got Kenneth Walker, so that's awesome. But, oh my gosh, Khalil Lewis just broke a tackle. But we want to get as many guys touches, and they're all good. Like, I'm not saying, oh, well, Bryson Jones is on the same level as Khalil Lewis. No, Bryson Jones is way better. But at the same time, I think they both should be getting targets, as that's going to be a touchdown, except Taj Abraham is going to get a hold, so we're coming back. Bryson Jones had, a semi-decent game last week. He didn't have, any massive plays, per se, but, he ended up with, 75 yards, no touchdowns or anything, but that's still very good, even though we lost, as there's Khalil Lewis makes the catch, and Khalil Lewis is into the end zone for a touchdown. It was not what I expected, but it kind of just nobody covered Lewis. So he just kind of ran past the one guy that was within 4 feet of him, and I just had to toss it over, made a great catch, and then broke through a tackle into the end zone. And when I said everybody's got to eat, I meant Khalil Lewis has got to eat, apparently. 1st and 10 for the offense for Hawaii. And my goal is, like I said, I do not want to give up 45 points like I did last week, because that is a huge hit from Brendan McLean. And it looks like we've got a hurry-up offense. Oh my goodness. I swear, if this is a hurry-up offense, I might legitimately throw something through my wall. That's a 2-yard rush. They do have a star receiver, which worries me. So expect to see a lot of Jaden Smith and double teams. He's going underneath. And there's going to be a sack. It is Steven Havner, I believe is a sophomore, getting the sack, and we're going to force a punt. 1st and 10. We're going to hand it off Jerry and Parker, and Jerry and Parker is going to have some open room. Parker had a pretty good rushing game last week. He put up, I think, about 70 or 80 or so yards, which is very good for a man who's falling apart. As we're firing there, we've got Bryson Jones. Bryson Jones up the middle is going to get down to the 1. And Bryson's not going to get his touchdown that he so missed last week. As it's 1st and goal, we're going to hand it off Harvey Brightwell, and he goes nowhere. I should have passed that ball. But I like to not just force ball throwing. Last week, I just checked in the off season, or in the off time between videos, and I have 26 touchdowns and 14 interceptions with Jackie Wolf, and he has not been the full-time starter. So 3rd and goal, though, I am throwing it, I say, as I was just talking about that. But Bryson Jones is going to get his touchdown. 2-yard score, and we are going to go up by 2 scores early in this one. I love that. Love to see it. 1st and 10, and I do not like how Malik Moon is in press coverage when he has the deep zone. As firing, and there's Malik Moon's zone that I couldn't cover because I had 2 guys on this guy, and they're both too slow. That's a touchdown for Hawaii, and they're going to bring the lead in half, cut the lead in half. 1st and 10, as we're going to continue to air the ball out if we have the option. So we're going to take it with Wolf, though. That's going to be a nice 9 yards. I mean, I was hoping actually to get it out to the running back, but he ended up not being the one open. Ended up being Wolf. As now we're going to do speed option, pitch it out to Jeremy Parker. Jerryan Parker. I almost said Jeremiah. I'm losing my mind. As Jerryan Parker is going to almost take us to the end of the quarter. We'll get one more Jerryan Parker run in. Just because we can. And it's going to be a good one. That's another 7 yards, taking us to the end of the quarter. We're up by 7 and driving. Crowd chanting, "Let's go Warriors," but we're nowhere near Golden State. As it's 2nd and 3, we're doing jet sweep. Khalil Lewis, and Lewis is going to have another one. He's got 5 catches for 83 yards, or 80 yards already. As it's 1st and 10, we're going to go play action. Really fun play here. Probably going to get sacked. No, we're not going to get sacked right away, at least. Going to fire. Got LJ Young, whose tear of touchdowns has finally ended, but still very reliable option, apparently. As it's 2nd and 3, we're going to hand off Jerry and Parker, who gets stuffed. Our short yardage runs have just not worked the last couple games. As it's 3rd and 2, and Jackie Wolf's going to get sacked. The man goes completely unblocked. Don Etienne, and we're going to have to kick the field goal that I will probably shank because this game hates me. No, I barely made it. Oh, we're good. We're good. 1st and 10 for Hawaii. And they actually had a man wide open deep. They had the deep guy because it's Marcus Moon. So, I mean, single coverage, Marcus Moon, you just run him in a streak, it's going to be a touchdown. Why did I not change my cornerback adjustments? I know I need to. Going outside, I'm going to have the completion. It's going to be a 1-yard gain. Here is where I make my cornerback matchups. We're going to start by overall. If I need to change it again, I can. But, I mean, that gets Jaden Smith on their best receiver. So, 3rd and 13. We're going to pass commit. They might actually run the ball here. They will not. But they've got him in. Oh, my. An insane sell as they had their best receiver wide open downfield. But instead, they're going to be forced to punt because they just didn't test it. After a great Jaden Smith return, that sets up 1st and 10 on their 49. So we've already flipped the field. And I threw a pick. I had a stroke there as I went to throw it. I meant to click B and throw it across the field, and instead clicked X and was leading it the wrong direction. If I let it outside, it probably could have been a good gain, or at least an incompletion. Instead, I throw a pick, and now we're going to give up a touchdown. So, the Jackie Wolf Jameis Winston experiment has continued to prove a success, as he is averaging about 1.5 picks every game. And he did not play every game, so it's probably closer to like 2. Because we've played what? This is our 10th game. I think he's played every single one, but he hasn't played the full game of every single one, so I'll say like 9. And I think that's his 15th pick. So he's getting very close to 2 picks per game. As that is incompletion. Third and 10. They run read option, and that's going to be a touchdown. I hate playing defense. I suck so bad at it. Second and 10. Firing, we've got Khalil Lewis, his 6th catch of the game, and now he's hurt. Awesome. He's limping. So that means Emmanuel Ferris is in, along with the rest of the normal guys. And there's a first down. And it's an ankle bruise. So Josh Harbor, welcome to the game. As Khalil Lewis is already back in. Okay, I guess it's like he never got hurt. So we're going screen. Jarian Parker on the screen is going to have a huge gain, and he might have it all. No, he won't. He's tackled at the 5. Jarian Parker is going to get screwed time and time again because he doesn't have that top end speed. As it's now first and goal, we got to get him his touchdown. And we will. Jarian Parker into the end zone for 6. And the extra point got blocked. So that's awesome. George Lincoln all of a sudden has just decided he wants to get everything blocked. So that's great. All right, I think I've solved it. So you guys remember last episode, right? If you guys watched it, how there was a score that I had that it said I failed a 2-point conversion, and I thought I had kicked the extra point. What I think happened, and now this is just speculation, but I think what happened was George Lincoln had another kick blocked, and it led to me just thinking I made the field goal, and I didn't, and then it said failed 2-point conversion because someone picked it up. So, my thing is, George Lincoln has now had 3 kicks blocked in the last 2 games, which is utter insanity, and I better not get a roughing the passer here. Nope, it's going to be a hold. Thank you. But George Lincoln has had 3 kicks blocked now. I have a red-shirted punter, or red-shirted kicker. I might just put him in because I don't trust George Lincoln anymore. As Parker he loves these, like, multi-talented where he has, like, a crazy I can't speak English. Crazy reception and a lot of good rushes. I mean, he's the perfect, ideal back, as that is a circus play by Jackie Wolf. 360, and then throws it to our boy, Khalil Lewis, as now it's first and 10. We're going end zone, and Jarian Parker has a touchdown. It's coming back for hold, though. Just show it. I know it's us. Never mind. Not going to call a hold. I'm pretty sure it said flag at the bottom of the screen. Instead, Jackie Wolf throws an insane cross-bodied back of the end zone throw to Jarian Parker, who is now almost to 100 receiving yards. What a play from Jarian Parker, easily 2 feet in bounds. Oh my gosh, you gotta be joking. Huge rush, and Jaden Smith's apparently not fast enough. That's a touchdown. How? All right. This is their first offensive snap since their insanely stupid, massive rushing touchdown. As that's a fumble, and it's going to, of course, go out of bounds, because why wouldn't it? Yeah, I don't know what to say about that rushing touchdown. I brought the safety down because I'm like, they're going to run it because there's not enough time on the clock. And sure enough, they run it, and guess what? I'm somehow just not. He runs right to the place where I'm not. This guy's got Le'Veon Bell level field vision. And that's a crazy catch. Right. I can't do anything right. That's what I'm learning. Empty backfield. I mean, nobody can cover. I can run man, and they'll be burnt by 20 yards. I can run zone, and somehow nobody will be covering anybody. So I really don't know what to do, guys. Maybe they'll send this 83 guy on a streak. Yep, here he goes. No, it's a comeback. Kind of knocked our quarterback unconscious. That should be a feature. Like I hate to use Teddy Bridgewater as an example, but the Teddy Bridgewater slide tackle. As that's another fumble. McLean, I swear if you did not pick that up, I was going to bench you. Brendan McLean forces a fumble, kicks the ball, nearly lets them recover, and then recovers it. We get the ball back. So we finally force another turnover. Obviously, last game we only had one, and it was that pick by Emmanuel Vollmer. As Jerian Parker is over 100 yards rushing. He's nearly over 100 yards receiving. This is like vintage Jerian Parker. As it is going to be, there we go, Bryson Jones on the first down. I'm so mad I threw that pick with Jackie Wolf, though. I should not have done that. It was just brain dead, per usual. As Jackie Wolf's going to take this one himself. He's got some wheels. He just doesn't get to use them because he just wants to be Jameis Winston. 3rd and 10. Can we get anything here? Firing, caught by Lewis, and we're going to get a hold. Taj Abraham, I'm benching you right now. That is your second massive play that you have prevented from happening because you decided I'm just going to be an idiot and get a hold. I'm sure that... Wait, they declined it? 4th and inches. Oh, you know we're going for this. Come on, man. That's too easy. All right, Jackie Wolf needs half an inch. Let's just get that half inch. We do. And we're actually going to say we're going to switch it up. Same formation. Sean William Peterson, the fullback. We're going to give it to him. He's not had a rush all year, I don't think. And he gets 2. So down to the 1. Now we can't call fullback dive anymore. So we're going to go a bubble screen. 2nd and goal. Nobody's covering. Jordan Houston's got a touchdown. Way too easy. And MLB The Show is ready to play. There we go. That's what I'm going to be playing after I'm done with this video. So today's release day. Said I wasn't going to spend any money. And I spent money anyway. So here I am. As we are going to go for 2. I don't know why. I guess that would make it 17. Bryson Jones got completely decked. We're going to not get that. 1st and 10. We are up by 15 on Hawaii at the moment. There's a big hit by Brendan McLean. McLean really needs to show me something about him actually being a good player because otherwise I'm going to not really like him. Like that forced fumble really helped, but then he tried kicking it to the other team. So, I mean, he's shown signs, but I need more. And no, I'm not talking Carlos. Man, I'm making some crazy niche references. I guess they're not niche, but for this community, they might be niche. You guys know who Carlos Sainz is? F1 driver? I mean, he's pretty well known if you know anything about racing, but I made one either in this episode or last episode. I don't even know what half my references mean, because that's an incompletion. 3rd and 4, while I'm too busy yapping about Carlos Sainz. Let's just prevent this right here. Nope. Didn't feel like it. All right. Sounds about right. Instead, let's just let him run hurry up and use all of my plays up. Yep, see, now they're going to flip the play. Keep Volmer over here. 1st and 10. Why is Emmanuel Volmer not covering his zone? Oh, so he's just switched sides and just didn't tell me. Game surely didn't show that they were switching sides. You know what? Mid blitz. The good old Madden cheese play. Solid stop there. I hate. Hurry up. Oh, you see, now all my players are in the wrong direction. Going deep, testing Jaden Smith. Incomplete. They're going to have to go for it. They're not kicking the field goal. I guess it is 15. But their star receiver is not on the field. I'm going to pass commit because it doesn't make sense for you guys to run the ball here. Flag for hold. Of course, they somehow get that. Give me my 10-yard penalty, and you guys are going to punt me the ball. Holding. Offense. Yep, 4th and 13, punt. 1st and 10, we start from our 10, so it'll have to be a 90-yard drive if we want to score. Parker will start off with 6. I think we can go 90 yards. Parker's almost to 100 yards receiving because, you know, he's just like that. As Khalil Lewis has a running back. Oh, my gosh, Khalil Lewis just died. That's going to be, like, targeting. It's going to be pass interference, but that is a targeting penalty. Defenseless receiver, and he just leaned straight in on it. I mean, that man's already hurt. Khalil Lewis has already been injured this game, and he just fully crown of the helmet just, I'm going to kill this man. As I just tried throwing a jump ball at the guy that just killed Khalil Lewis. Don't give Dan Mayer a stat for that. How about receivers attempted to kill? Can that be a stat? Because he definitely have one. As Harvey Brightwell is in. And Harvey Brightwell is going to be out, actually, because he wanted to get hurt. Another leg injury. So basically, all my running backs are getting significant leg injuries, or injuries in general. Khalil Lewis, 1st down, hit him with the celly. All right, so basically, we're down Aiden Knoll. We're now down Harvey Brightwell. Jerian Parker is running on, like, hopes and dreams, which means we've got the freshman that the couple freshmen that I redshirted, and the other dude who played a lot last season, Nick Hepburn. That's it. That's the entirety of what we have left, as it is now 4th and 1. Yep, there's Nick Hepburn. Nick, you better get this 1st down, or you might not see the field again for us. He's got the 1st down. There we go, Nick. Might be your only touch of the season, but Nick Hepburn gains 9 yards. He was the guy who we had to use his red shirt because we needed another receiver, or need another running back. As we have to throw that one away. I might have had Bryson Jones, but I mean, I need to stop throwing crossbody because even if it does work, it gets bad habits started. As Nick Harbor's in the game for Bryson Jones. Meanwhile, Jerian Parker just going to workhorse his way. As I saw that injury and I thought it was going to be Jerian Parker. I've got PTSD. He's got 146 rushing yards. That's the Jerian Parker I know and love. Going Khalil Lewis. Khalil Lewis fighting down to the 1. Dante Etienne now injured. Something about this field, man, must be cursed because another injury. As now we're going to hand it off. Jerian Parker, touchdown. We're going to extend our lead, and it's looking more and more like we're about to get our first win in our rivalry versus Hawaii. A beautiful run from Jerian Parker, and we're up 42-21. 2nd and 11 to start the 4th quarter. They're going to do play action. They've got a man, but Spriggs is going to take him down. As now Stephen Havner is hurt for us, along with they get an injury. So basically, everybody's getting hurt. I guess that's rivalry games for you. Everyone's playing like their lives depend on it, because they do. They will die if they do not get win this game. Testing him deep, and it's picked off. Spriggs. Come on, get some blockers. You got blockers. And Spriggs is going to get up the sideline, and it's an insane return, by the way, as Spriggs catches a deflection for an amazing pick return. Great blocks from Tevin Daniels, as I think it was Daniels that tipped the ball in the air. I thought Spriggs was the one that tipped it. But Christian Spriggs, who should have had a pick last week in our loss, gets the pick here. They just hucked it deep. Daniels knocked it out, and then it was a beautiful catch by Spriggs. And we're going to have the ball as another turnover. 1st and 10 for the Bears. Jackie Wolf is like lost, but now he's going to have a ton of open field. Just get down. Thank you. He's trying to make a cut, and I'm like, this guy can't cut. So 1st and 10. Jackie Wolf's on fire because, of course, he is. That's what Jackie Wolf loves to do. He's either on fire or he's cold. There's no in between, as his arm might be a little bit shot. As Brick Lewis is injured, another injury. Is Jackie Wolf wear and teared or something? Nope, it says he's still fine. 1st and 10. And, yeah. Bryson Jones into the end zone. What else is new? Let me tell you the story about the greatest wide receiver in history, Bryson Jones, baby. And here's the thing. I'm not going to bench my starters until they bench their starters. This is a rivalry game. You want to beat your opponent by as many points as possible. Like, obviously, I don't want my guys to get hurt. That's intentional grounding, probably. But at the same time, I don't want to let them even score. The entire point is you hate each other. Uh-oh. Well, speaking of hate each other, I'm going to hate that. My goal is to not let them score. So if they're going to keep their starters in, I'm going to keep my starters in. Hawaii down by 29. And let's see what they got here. Going deep. It's McLean again. And McLean got mossed. Brendan McLean sucks, is what I'm learning. No effort, no passion. He just absolute cheats. As it's 1st and goal. There's a sack. Bryce Cox is going to get in there. Huge sack, about 5 yards lost. I guess 5 isn't huge per se, but it's still not bad. And there's going to be a touchdown, but it's a hold. Hold. Give me those yards back. Yep, Henderson. I think that's his second one, actually. I'm going to bring it back. Makes it 2nd and goal from the 20-yard line. Nico Horner, is that you? No, it's Reggie, I believe. That's what his actual name is. And that's a touchdown. They threw it to their actual good receiver, and it actually paid off. But he only has 2 targets, or 2 catches. So maybe Shane do something about that? Oh, they're running onside kick. I once again forgot that this game is close at the end of the game. We got the ball. All right, it's 3rd and 10. I've thrown some pretty interesting incompletions. Just kidding, they weren't interesting at all. That's why I didn't show them to you. But we got the 1st down with Jordan Houston. And you know what? You guys wanted to run hurry up all game, so why don't I just run hurry up on you? 1st and 10 from the 19. Going end zone. And it's Khalil Lewis. Call it a stat pad all you want. I'm taking that touchdown every day of the week. 174 yards on 11 catches and 2 touchdowns for Khalil Lewis. What a game. As that's going to be an almost 1st down. Pinch the line. Bring down McLean. It's QB sneak. And they're just going to let him go. No, you go first. You go first. It's tush-push style. Offense always gets the 1st down because they just let him. 1st and 10. Oh, and Brendan McLean still sucks. As now another guy's hurt. It's the guy that made the catch. As I'm trying to rip my headset out while I'm trying to record. I love doing that. As there's a nice catch. Hey, maybe keep targeting that guy. He's good. Apparently. It doesn't seem like he's good because you don't throw him the ball. But, I don't know, maybe I'm tweaking. Oh, there's going to be a good game. I mean, if you give it to the receiver as much as give it to the running back, maybe you'd actually be, like, competing. Running back's got 17 touches for 140. I mean, your receiver's got 4 catches for 30, so... Yep, they're still trying to score. Let me tell you that. I mean, they don't have as many yards as Khalil Lewis or anything, but... Goes nowhere on the running back dive. Takes us to the 2-minute warning. I mean, if you guys are trying to win, you better hurry up. You think they've realized they can't win yet, or nah? 2nd and goal. That's a touchdown. I wish I could have switched to Cox quicker, but did not. Touchdown. And let's see what we can draw up here. Got Khalil Lewis yet again. His 12th catch. And like I said, you're going to run hurry up early in the game. I'm going to run it late in the game when we're already up because I want a stat pad. There's Bryson Jones. Great grab. 412 passing yards for Jackie Wolf. That's, I think I'm going to run the ball here. Definitely not going to call hurry up right after. Might not even need to. Down to the 1, Jarian Parker having a tremendous game. He never got to 100 yards receiving, but he is going to get his 4th touchdown of the game. So Jarian Parker just doing Jarian Parker things, being one of the greatest running backs of all time, as we have 64 points. That'll do it for the game. We absolutely kill Hawaii to prove that we are the better non-continental team. So the non-continental clash will end with our first ever win. Jarian Parker, player of the game, 163 yards and 4 touchdowns. He also had 92 receiving yards, so he's at 250. What a game from Jarian Parker. And I'm just, that's the kind of Jarian Parker that I remember from, last season, where he was just so good. And, he's battling injuries, and he's still doing this. I think that just shows how good Jarian Parker truly is. As if we look, Alaska State, 412 yards and 6 touchdowns along with 1 pick for Jackie Wolf. Picks, no big surprise. Jarian Parker, 163 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns, 32 for Jackie Wolf, 9 for Hepburn, 4 for Aiden Knoll, 2 for Peterson, and 2 for Brightwell. Receiving 186 yards and 2 touchdowns for Khalil Lewis. You see that word that says his archetype, gritty? That's him. That's Jarian Parker, or that's Khalil Lewis. Jarian Parker had 2nd most with 92 and a touchdown. Bryson Jones had 81 and 2 touchdowns. Jordan Houston, 46 and a touchdown. LJ Young had 7. Defensively, Brendan McLean, he sucks. Volmer, 3 TFLs, 2 for Gore and Cox, 1 for Horner, McLean, Corey, Havner, Holly, and Carter. Sacks for Cox, Havner, and Horner. The INT for Christian Spriggs was a great play. Pass deflections for Smith, and then obviously the really clutch one from Tevin Daniels. Forced fumbles for Spriggs and McLean. 1 recovery, that was by McLean. And then obviously no safeties or touchdowns. So, a great get back on track game, beating Hawaii, and now it's getting to the worst game where we're going to have to face off against Boise State, but we do get Ricky Downs to commit, so that's cool, I guess. As Jarian Parker is going to win Offensive Player of the Week. No big surprise there. All right, so that means Week 12. We have a massive game versus Boise State. And apparently, Well, well, well. Alaska State halfback Jerry Parker says there's extra motivation against his former team in this week's game. Hold on, does Jerry Parker actually exist? Yo, this dude does exist. He's on Sam Houston right now. It's actually awesome. Jerry Parker, he's 5'10", he's a sophomore. He played for Southern Illinois. 281 yards, including 65 versus Murray State. Hey, that's not bad. So yeah, our best player actually does exist in real life. Cool. But yeah, so Jerry Parker, like I said, apparently his former team is Boise State, along with Sam Houston. Team he is on right now. But I almost just clicked Sim Week. We are on the right week. But that'll do it for this episode, guys. So if you guys enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you next time for a massive rivalry game versus Boise State. Peace out.